Zambia has become the first country in Africa to fight an economical war with the United States of America. And right now, all the African presidents, they are standing from a distance, watching how strong President Hakainde Hichilema is going to come out from this whole situation. It is a do or die war. If President Hakainde Hichilema wins this war, it means that he liberates Africa together with Zambia from an economical threat of the United States of America. And if President Hakainde Hichilema loses this war, then President Hakainde Hichilema is going to be made disappear the same way they have disappeared the president of Venezuela. Listen how this war has started. Zambia has become the first African country to formally accept China's yuan for mining taxes and royalties, a move that highlights Beijing's expanding financial influence across the continent of Africa, which is the most strategic resource sector. Zambia has started accepting China's yuan for mining taxes and becoming the first African nation to do so. The Bank of Zambia aligning its reserve management with a significant role of China as a major copper trade and a debt partner. The acceptance of yuan enables Zambia to service its Chinese debts more cost effectively. You know, the main reason why Venezuela is being captured, the president of Venezuela is being captured, it's because of the relation they had with China. China made a very strong relation with Venezuela. And right now, these Americans are going after all the leaders who have made cooperates with the Chinese government. And right now, they have started this with Venezuela. So you know that Zambia and the USA, they have a very strong relation. Now, in the previous months, which was the December, the government of United States of America wanted to take over the mines of Zambia, but the president of Zambia stood on his ground. He denied this, this threat. He said that the 5.4 billion they offered or they gave as a gift in the Zambia's health sector, it was not a weapon that should be used to fight or to destroy the Zambian law. So right now, my people, after America's interest in the Zambia's mine sector was rejected, they went quiet and they started fighting President Hakainde Hichilema indirectly. And right now, President Hakainde Hichilema has accepted this major move every America doesn't want to hear from Africa, which is working very effectively, so close with the Chinese government. So, you know how the propaganda starts. They made it when the previous regime of Zambia came into power, it had a very strong relationship with the Chinese government. So what they did during the election came, the Americans campaigned so hard against that previous regime, saying that this president of Zambia has sold the country of Zambia to the Chinese government. The Chinese government is building so many things in Zambia. So it is a way which the Chinese government wants to take over the country of Zambia. And all the Zambians supported this move. They said, yes, the president is selling the country to the Chinese people, not knowing that the man was working very hard to develop the country of Zambia. And right now, guess what? The same people who campaigned against the Chinese government are the ones, are now being left by a man they campaigned for to become the president. The USA supported President Hakainde Hichilema, and it was made sure that the president of Zambia, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, becomes the president of Zambia. Why? They were doing that for their interest, not knowing that President Hakainde Hichilema, he is also wise and he knows this game. So right now, President Hakainde Hichilema has started cooperating with the people Americans didn't want Zambia to cooperate with. Do you think that USA will be happy or is happy about this role the Chinese government is playing in Zambia right now? No. Listen, this 2026, their campaigns are starting. where they are going to have the general elections in Zambia, means that these Americans right now, if they are not going to start their propaganda against President Hakainde Hichilema, they are going to start it by the end of this term. But they are going to start right now. As we are starting, as Zambia starts the general elections campaigns, you hear some other allegations these Americans will release against President Hakainde Hichilema. They will start campaigning President Hakainde Hichilema. But you Zambians, if you are wise, see the great works this man has done and how hard he's trying, to liberate Zambia from this economical threat. President Hakainde Hichilema is doing all of this to make sure that Zambia, the Zambia's economy remains so stable. It is very crazy now. It is to open your mind. If you people accept this America's propaganda to fight against your president, then in your entire life you never have any leader you appreciate. Because the man who did the development, so much development in Zambia, you fought against him. Until when he was overthrown, that's when you realize that you just lost the good man. And right now, you still have a good president who is fighting for the interests of your country. Now, if these Americans start their propaganda against your president, the moment you accept this fate, you start supporting these Americans, then just know that the only president you appreciate as a good leader is somebody who allows these Americans to get your mineral resources for free, who allows these Americans to trade in your country without paying taxes. As for this time around, my people, open your eyes. Drop a opinion in the comment section what you think about this situation, my people. We're more. Yeah.